Go.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Courtney Jeltz. I am here with Serena Summerfield. She is a UNL student, and she's going to share some interesting things with us. Serena, thank you for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
So, where are you from?
I'm from here in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm born and raised. Nothing too crazy.
And what would you say is the most interesting thing about Jacksonville?
Probably our stadium. It's got those big screens that are bigger than the whole stadium, and no one really actually goes for the games. They go for like the crazy pools and all the other fancy things that have been added for the stadium.
Okay. What is your major?
I'm a communication major.
Okay. Why did you choose UNL?
I actually chose UNF because I'm a transfer student. I went 2 years at Jacksonville University, and then I did a year study abroad. And while I was abroad, I realized that teachers could actually teach and care about their students, unlike the ones over at JU. Over there, it's more of a job. And when I came here to UNF, I found out that students actually want to be your friends, teachers want to teach you, and I kind of really like it here.
Okay. What motivates you to pursue your goals?
As far as college,
Yes.
right now I'm a super senior. I've been in school for way too long, so my motivation is graduating. Like I said, I've did 2 years at JU, a year study abroad, and now I've been here for a year, and I still have another year.
Okay. If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be?
Ooh. Probably the weather. I'm a Floridian. I don't like the cold. I would do away with winter.
Okay. What is something about you that everyone doesn't know about?
Probably that I draw. I know it's pretty obvious. I have some on my hands, but I draw with henna. It's kind of something I want to do. Like maybe not business, open up a shop, but like go to little events and kind of share my art. It's not permanent, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Where would be your dream place to live?
Ooh, that one's actually really hard. I really like anywhere that's warm, so maybe anywhere along the equator line, or maybe not even that's warm all year long, like maybe somewhere that was just like a light winter. So maybe the Caribbean or Thailand, because I really loved it there.
Well, thank you, Serena, for joining me this afternoon. We all learned stuff and some great, interesting things about you, and I wish you none but the best in the future.
All right, thank you.
Day off, the Coast Guard's investigation into the sinking of the El Faro resumed today. Members of the Coast Guard are still testifying right now about whether more regulation could have prevented the tragedy that killed 33 crew members last year. Captain John Mager runs the Coast Guard Maritime Safety Center. He testified that they inspect nearly 20,000 ships a year in most paths. They only go back and get further reviews to around 4% of ships. But in recent years, there was testimony that there's been an alarming rate of design problems starting around 2014. We have new information tonight on the fire in Jennings State Forest. It happened near Cecil Commerce Center. The fire is now 100% contained. Here's a picture that the Florida Forest Service posted on their Twitter page earlier today. There's still no word on what caused this fire to start. Forestry Service thinks that it started Friday or Saturday, burning slow. The Forestry Service also wants to remind people living in heavily wooded areas that this is the driest time of year in Florida. Families should take a look at their home and see what can be done to reduce the threat of fires. Republican presidential candidate Ted Cruz is asking his communications director, Rick Tyler, to resign. Cruz asked Tyler to resign for tweeting a news story that falsely accused Marco Rubio of insulting the Bible. Tyler apologized to the Florida senator Sunday night, calling the attack inaccurate. Rubio has blasted Cruz for the incident and asked whether Cruz would fire anyone involved. The departure comes just 2 days after Cruz disappointing third-place finish in the South Carolina primary and marks a high-level staff shakeup to date for his campaign. And I'm Courtney Jeltz. A dangerous chemical taints drinking water for some residents and businesses in a Vermont village. State officials don't know how long cancer-causing chemical has been in the water, but it's likely been more than a decade.
Last year's discovery of a cancer cluster in River Falls, New York made national headlines and led Vermont officials to look into a sister plant in North Bennington. Today, the test revealed elevated levels of a carcinogen in homes, a business, and the municipal facility. But the water supply for the village came back clean.
In Hanover, a Dartmouth college student faces arson charges. Authorities say 19-year-old Victor Jones intentionally set a fire at the school's Streeter dormitory on Tuck Mall Drive.
It happened last Thursday. Jones was charged today with arson and reckless conduct. The student from California was released on bail. The legal marijuana bill passed through the full Senate today. The final vote in the Senate was 17-12, one more vote than yesterday.
One pro-pot senator switched her vote after an amendment passed favoring small growers of marijuana over a large commercial interest. The bill now goes to the House, where its prospects are uncertain. Governor Peter Smith is expected to sign the bill if it gets to his desk.
And finally tonight, kids say the darndest things. Police say a second grader's story about helping a farmer grow special medicine led to a marijuana growing operation in Windsor. Authorities arrested Stephen Mann and his girlfriend Leona Hunt at their Main Street apartment.
Officers found dozens of marijuana plants and drugs. Police say Hunt's 8-year-old told school officials about helping Mann and described what sounded like pot plants. Mann pleaded not guilty this week. Thanks for joining us on Courtney Jeltz.
And I'm Serena Summerfield. The news continues now on channel3.com. We'll see you tonight at 10. Courtney Jeltz is live on the scene. Courtney, what can you tell us?
Yes, Serena, there was a sad scene here in Ocean Way. John Carlisle Jr., Jonathan Cassani, and Allison Bushley were involved in a hit and run. They were traveling in a BMW West on Duval Station Road near North Main Street when a driver in a silver car hit them, causing their car to go off-road and to hit a tree. Now, the driver in the silver car has fled the scene, and the three that was in the BMW unfortunately has died. Now, police is still looking for that silver car, specifically with damage on the driver's side front end. Anyone who's seen the car is asked to call JSO at 904-630-0500 or Crime Stoppers at 866-845-TIPS. We're live here in Ocean Way. I'm Courtney Jeltz, Action News. Drug operation has turned deadly here on the north side, just off of Luke Turner Road. Police brought drugs as part of this operation, and they returned to the house. When they returned to the house, they saw a man who appeared to face him, and he began to draw his weapon. Now, police told the man to stop his activity, but he did not stop his activity. Therefore, they fired at least 2 gunshots at him. Now, as a result of those gunshots, he was shot in his side and his back. He was taken to UF Health for surgery, where he's listed in stable condition. Now, the police have not ID'd the man, but what they do know is that he's 31 years old, and he fired the gun at the police officers, but none of them were injured. Now, detectives have arrested 3 other unidentified people at the house, and the police are still looking to get inside of that house where the drugs were locked. And we want to know, this is the 5th police involved shooting in Jacksonville, the 2nd of this month. Reporting live from the north side, Courtney Jeltz, Channel 3, Action News. Been indicted on federal child sex trafficking charges. Police arrested 38-year-old Lisa Glass in February on drug possession and prostitution charges. She is facing from 10 years to life in federal prison if convicted. Authorities say Glass recruited and transported a girl in order to use her in commercial sexual activity in Duval and Clay counties. Federal documents say the girl was younger than 18 and the crimes happened between May and September of 2015. We looked into Glass's background and found her trouble starting a few years ago. She told a Duval County judge in a handwritten letter her husband left her with 5 children in 2013 and left them with no money. Just 15 months later, investigators say she began trafficking the young girl. We also uncovered an arrest report from last month. Jacksonville police arrested Glass during an internet prostitution sting. Right now, Glass is in the custody of the U.S. Marshal Office. Her next court appearance is this Thursday. Tom? Good afternoon. I'm Courtney Jelks. This is an Action News update. A huge bust involving cash, cars, and millions of dollars in drugs have landed 7 people in jail. Here's a look at the 7 people arrested, including a number of business owners in Lee County. They are accused of trafficking heroin and cocaine. In Lee County, deputies served 10 search warrants from Bonita Springs to Lehigh Acres and what they're calling Operation Takedown. In total, they found more than $1 million worth of heroin, $30 in cocaine, 10 grand in cash. That's on top of the 7 luxury cars in their investigation. The raids included businesses like a barbershop and a restaurant, as well as industrial buildings and storage units. After the raids, store owners nearby were overwhelmed by the evidence in the case. Lee County Sheriff says it's all part of a much larger investigation dating back to November of 2014. New limits on food stamps, officially called SNAP benefits, mean more than 300,000 people in Florida will no longer receive help. Florida is one of several states placing limits on how long people can collect the benefits. The change impacts able-bodied adults without kids between the ages of 18 and 49. They used to get about $146 a month if they were working. The new law, taking effect today, puts a 3-month limit on SNAP benefits, and you can enroll once in every year and a half. The change is leaving many with the fear of going hungry.
Soundbite goes here. You're back on camera in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In all, more than 20 states are cutting benefits, kicking about 1 million people out of the system. Many of them joined when the states eased the restrictions during the recession. Governor Rick Scott signed a law today to make it harder for teens to get high on cough medicine. It puts age restrictions on certain types of over-the-counter medicines containing a certain drug. It's often sold under names like Robitussin, Cordicetine, and Vicks. Senator Elizabeth Benson from Fort Myers co-sponsored the bill. It is estimated more than 30 teens use it for a cheap high, but the side effects can be deadly. Beginning July 1st, no one under 18 will be able to buy the products. That's all for now. More news later on Action News at 6.
Good.